Okay, so I don't really know exactly what to say. I just know that I felt like I needed to make this video. Whether this video can help someone who needs to hear this, who needs to know they're not alone. Even if someone doesn't benefit from this or need this, at least I know that it's helped me, because it helps me to share my story and to get everything out instead of bottling it up. So I'm just gonna roll with it. Our story is that I was late for my period, which was not anything too abnormal. I normally am, but I was feeling so sick. Like, I was really dizzy, kind of started to get nauseous. I just wasn't feeling myself. So I went and got a pregnancy test, and I actually went to my parents' house and no one was home. And so I took the pregnancy test there so Rad wouldn't see. And he was really busy that week. He had what's called Intex, and it was a crazy week. And he was studying with his study group at the time at our house. And so I knew I didn't want to take the test there with all of them at our place. So I am about to go into Walmart and pick up a pregnancy test. And yeah, I'm kind of really nervous. So I'm like 7 or so days late, and I mean, I don't have regular periods, so I normally wouldn't be as concerned, but lately I actually have not been feeling well. I've been super nauseous to the point where even I've been having dreams about needing to find medicine and to find essential oils to try to help me feel better in my dreams. It's just, I haven't been able to sleep. It's been just kind of bad. So I'm gonna just check it out. Gonna go grab a pregnancy test. And it could be nothing, but I'm to the point where I just need to find out. Yeah, I hope my groceries don't go bad, but I'm gonna go ahead and take the test at my parents', I think, because Rad's at our house right now, and I don't really want him to know whether it's positive or negative, so yeah. Whew. That's 2 lines. I'm shaking. So I took the test and it was positive, and I was so excited and so shocked, and I just couldn't believe it. I was shaking. I was so excited to tell Rad. So the whole day, I felt so awful that day, super sick, but I was so determined to go and find a way to surprise him. I went to all of these stores, and I went and found a little baby outfit, and I decided to surprise him that evening by telling him that I bought some stuff for our upcoming trip to Hawaii that we were going to go on. I put some stuff in some boxes in an Amazon box. I put our the little baby outfit. That evening I told him with that little surprise, And he was so thrilled, just so excited. I was so excited for him to become a dad, and he was so excited for us to become parents too. Okay, so now I am at Target. It's quite later in the day. It's now 5:15-ish, and it's been so hard to keep it a secret from Rad. He's had his study group over today, working on their big, huge in-text project. It's just been so hard to not say anything. I still honestly can't believe it. But yeah, I'm going to try to grab a couple things and see if I can surprise him with the news. No dog.
It's a swimsuit.
Yeah, it's probably the wrong size, but I couldn't tell what size you were.
Nice. She thinks I'm fat. 36? Jeez.
They kind of look big, but I didn't know. They were the smallest size they had.
I wear a 28 just in case you were wondering.
We can go.
Thanks.
I kind of thought. I thought they were
It's a
cute
cool
though.
swimsuit.
Yeah. So there's that.
Thank you.
And here's the next thing. So, once again, we can return whatever. I've got all the receipts. So.
Oh my gosh. Pregnant? Baby! Oh my god! You're pregnant! Oh my god! I'm so happy. You're pregnant.
Keep looking.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I love you.
Look at that. That's like so freaking clear. But yeah, it is cute. Look, it's got like little ears on it.
It's cute.
And then it's actually a 3-pack of onesies.
Our baby's gonna be so cute.
And then these shoes, so cute. These were only like $3 at Old Navy.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I just wanted to come up with like a cute outfit. It was awesome. It was just, honestly, we were on top of the world. It was the biggest high ever. A couple weeks later, I went to a doctor's appointment because I kept kind of feeling like I had period cramps, and it wasn't anything too crazy. I just was getting a couple weird pains in my sides, but I normally always had those pains anyways, and so it really wasn't anything different. I just was really anxious and I wanted to make sure it really wasn't anything I should be concerned about. So they told me to go ahead and come in. It would probably be totally fine, but we'll do an ultrasound and do some testing before my 10-week appointment, which was supposed to be the first appointment. This was probably about 7 or so weeks. I went in to the ultrasound and I just drove and I met Rad there. We went in and I remember just being so excited because I saw someone leave the gynecology office and she was super pregnant, super happy, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that's gonna be me. My belly's gonna grow. I'm going to be a mom. Like, this is so crazy. I got checked in and we went in and did an ultrasound. They came back in after doing the ultrasound to tell us what they'd found, and we were just really excited. It was our first ultrasound. So they came in and they said that they couldn't find a heartbeat. There was no definitive heartbeat is what they said. And so we were just like in shock, really, and just had this hard feeling on our hearts and just didn't understand what that meant. They said, it's looking like you're miscarrying. You're going through a miscarriage. You don't expect it to happen to you. You know that it's common, and I did have a lot of anxiety over eating right and doing everything the right way because I was worried, but I still didn't expect that to be the news. I completely thought they would say that everything was fine. But yeah, it looked like I had miscarried the baby, and so they wanted to do some blood work and get me on medicine to help clear everything out. They drew my blood, and I just was like, I was a mess. I was just so sad. And they drew my blood, and we go out to the car, and I couldn't even drive myself home. I was crying so much, and Brad was so sweet, and he was heartbroken and super emotional too, but he could at least like see the road, so he drove me home, and we picked up my car the next day, but he drove me home, and the whole night I was just like, no definitive heartbeat, like what does that mean? Does that mean yes? Does that mean no? Is there a chance? I got the blood work back, and it looked like my HCG levels were still increasing, so that was a good sign. And I kind of researched it, and I heard of some cases where there's not a definitive heartbeat, but it could be really early. It could be a lot earlier than you thought, so it's too early to have a heartbeat scan. And so I kind of had hope again, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's hope. I'm not taking this medicine. I'm not gonna go pick it up because I'm gonna keep getting blood work done, and I'm going to get another opinion. I got more blood work done, and they wanted me to get blood work done every 2 days to make sure that it was increasing every 2 days to the level it should be. I got blood work done again, and it seemed good. I got it done again, and they said that there were 2 different levels, and they didn't know which one was the correct one for me. They just were struggling finding my results for some reason. They finally found them, and they contacted me back and said, I'm so sorry, but your levels have dropped. You need to go ahead and start taking this medicine, because if you don't, your body has been holding on to this pregnancy, and it could cause an infection because your body is not letting it go, and it should have already passed everything through. I was heartbroken, and I finally realized I needed to go and take the medicine, and I was terrified. It's apparently just not an easy task when you take the medicine. It's very painful. I took the medicine, and nothing really happened, and I was shocked. And I was still, this whole time, I was just so sick, so nauseous, throwing up all day. I had all of the pregnancy symptoms. I had all the symptoms of a healthy pregnancy. And I took the medicine, and nothing really happened. I called, and they were like, oh my goodness, your body really is still holding on. We're going to schedule a D&C. And so that's a surgery. They said, you need to come in and get this done as soon as possible. So I schedule it. And I go in the day of surgery. And even that day, I was still so nauseous. Like I threw up before going into the hospital because I was still so sick. I was heartbroken and so confused why my body wasn't doing what it needed to and why it was holding on. Part of me was just like, there might be hope. Maybe the baby's okay. Is that why my body's not letting go? I was so confused, and so there's every hard emotion. It was just the biggest roller coaster. I go in, and I told Rad, I was like, I had a dream last night that I went through with the surgery and the baby was okay, and that it was my fault because I did the surgery and the baby was fine. I was like, I can't do this. Like, I had this dream, and I think that just is like really how I'm feeling. It's like there was no definitive heartbeat, and my blood work was not super clear, and I just don't know. I want to know before I go through with this because I want to make sure that there's absolutely no chance. So I go into the surgery, and before they take me back to actually get the surgery, the surgeon comes in. He's just as confused as I am, and he says, okay, I'm really confused. It says there's no definitive heartbeat and this. These are the notes I have, and the HCG levels are kind of weird to me. He's like, I normally don't ever do this. Normally, by the time that a patient comes, it's 100% clear, and we go through the surgery. But he said that he also didn't feel comfortable going with the surgery, not knowing 100% what this all meant. And so he was like, I know I'll feel better, and I'm sure you'll feel better if we just get testing one more time. And so I was so grateful for that. I needed that clarity because I was just so uneasy about the whole thing. We do blood work, and while the blood work is running, I go and get an ultrasound. And at first it seemed fine. The ultrasound doctor, I guess, kind of seemed like everything was okay at first. And he's like, oh, I see the baby. I see this. Okay. At first I was like, oh my gosh, he still sees the baby. And then I could tell kind of the mood of everything kind of started to change. And I could tell that there wasn't a heartbeat. And all of a sudden I just thought, oh my goodness, I took the medicine. The baby's there, the baby's fine, but I took the medicine, and what if that ruined everything? What if it's all my fault? So I said, I took the medicine. Should I have not taken the medicine? Was the baby okay? And he said, no, the medicine that you took couldn't have hurt the baby. The baby already lost its heartbeat. It already stopped growing at the stage it was at. The medicine you took couldn't have harmed the baby if it was healthy. And he said if we prescribed you a different medicine, that would be a different story, but this is the medicine you took, and it wouldn't have hurt the baby if the baby was healthy. So, and he kind of put us at ease and said, chromosomes and everything, like, they have to line up perfectly. It's a good thing that our body does this, and it's a good thing that your body did this so early on, is it recognized something wasn't right. And sometimes your body doesn't recognize that it's right. It's really rare, but that's when things happen and there's abnormalities or a third arm or different things like that. And he's like, that's really unfortunate when it happens and it's really rare, but the body knows. The body knows when something's wrong. And so it's good that early on it figured it out and it stopped the growth. That was good to hear, but also really hard. But I was really glad that I had that clarity. And then I go back into the surgery and the surgeon comes in and says, so the ultrasound came back and the blood work came back, and both just make it completely clear that we're okay to go through with the surgery. There's nothing we can do but to go through with the surgery. He was super sweet, and the nurses were amazing and just super comforting. Sorry, oh my gosh. They were super comforting, and so I go through the surgery and everything went good, and they said the surgery went well, I should heal fairly quickly, and all the things to expect post-surgery. One of the nurses gave me a book. It's like a picture book, and it help to find what it's called, and I'll put it here for if any of you guys are going through loss or anything at all. It's a great read, and I loved it. I thought it was amazing that one of the nurses cared so much to give it to me. Anyways, so I got the surgery done, and that next week, like a few days later, I was leaving to Hawaii with my husband. So I healed a little bit. I was good to go to Hawaii, but I had to kind of take it easy while I was there. I kept saying like that trip was so needed, and it was such a blessing that it all worked out the way it did, because it was so good to get away and to have time to kind of heal and just get away from everything to help process it all. Anyways, since then, healing after the loss, it was hard, but not as hard physically as I thought it would be. Immediately after the surgery, I wasn't sick anymore. And I was like, this is a miracle. I'm not sick. I can eat again. I haven't eaten in weeks because I just can't keep anything down. But immediately after the surgery, I was able to eat, and I felt better in that way. I still cramped a little bit, but it wasn't nearly as intense as I was expecting. I was expecting the worst pains possible. And the bleeding died down. I think they say it's normal for it to be a few days to a couple weeks. That healed up just normal. And as far as healing emotionally, it's been hard. It's hard not to compare to other people, and my heart absolutely aches for those who miscarry later or have a stillbirth or lose their child, or any other loss. I catch myself saying, oh, who am I to grieve like this? Who am I to still have this heartache and to still struggle when I only lost my baby at like 8 or 9 weeks. And I'm so grateful that it worked out the way it did, and I found out as early as I did that it was not a viable pregnancy. But it's still not fair to compare your struggles to other people's struggles. I'm learning that it's okay to grieve and to mourn your loss and to cry and to struggle, and everyone goes through the healing process differently. And though I don't think I'll ever fully heal from this, that baby is still in my mind every day, but it's better every day. I've been doing a lot better as far as being able to carry out with everything, and though it's still on my mind constantly, I am healing. I remember the first time that I saw a pregnancy announcement on Instagram for December, and that was our baby's due date was the beginning of December. But the first time I saw a December pregnancy announcement, my heart just ached. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited for those who have babies and who are pregnant, and I am so happy for everyone who gets that joy. Especially because now I certainly know it's a miracle and it's really hard to get these babies here. But it still hurts, and it still reminds me of my loss and what I don't have anymore. And so it's okay that it's hard to see those things online and to see your friends. I have a lot of friends who are pregnant or who have had babies, a lot of family who also is pregnant and who are having babies or who have recently had babies, and it's really hard. And that's okay. That's okay that it's hard, and that it still can hurt because it's a reminder of the pain, but it doesn't mean that I'm not excited for them, and I wish everyone the best of luck, and I would never want anyone to go through anything like this, any heartache, any pain, any loss. But it's okay that it's hard. It's a hard thing for me to remember that I'm not pregnant. It's crazy because once you're pregnant, everything changes, and you see that positive on the pregnancy test, and everything is about the baby. You think about how your life is going to change, how your career is going to evolve, how your everything is for the baby, and you just get in baby mode. Like, I go to the stores and I'm like, oh my gosh, baby clothes, or oh my goodness, baby this, baby that, and I have to pull myself back and be like, oh, I'm not pregnant anymore. I can't do that yet. But I know when we do have a baby, it'll be that much more worth it. All of the pain and all of this will be good for us in the long run. I'm learning a lot. I've definitely grown through this, and though I don't wish it happened, I'm grateful for growth. And I know that I will be so grateful when we do finally get to have a baby. I'm also learning in God's timing that I can go through hard things. Bradley's been amazing. He's been so sweet. And though he's had a hard time healing it as well, we've been able to go through it together, and so I'm very grateful for him. Just seeing the kindness in others has been unreal. I was so blessed with family and friends who just wrapped their arms around me, and they've been so great. At first I didn't want to tell anyone, but by opening up, I've been able to find that love and support. Today was one of those hard days. The past week or so, I just thought that I was feeling pretty similar feelings, and I've been extra exhausted, and I just thought, you know what? I'm pregnant again. I'm so excited. And I took a pregnancy test this morning, and it was negative. That was another hard bump in the road where it kind of hit me again today. I hope that I can be patient. Getting negatives isn't fun. And I'm super excited for us to one day have positive. Those are just some things that are on my mind, and I know this isn't a happy video, and it's not really one that I wanted to make because it's just not happy, but I thought it was really important for me to share. I know that when I was struggling through the miscarriage and through the loss, watching other people's videos and them talking about it helped me. It helped comfort me and know that there's hope and that I'm not alone. I just hope that if someone sees this and they're going through that, I just hope you know that it's okay to grieve, and it's okay to cry. It's okay if it takes a long time for you to get back on your feet. Just know that there are definitely those who love you. If you need someone to open up to and you don't have someone, you can always reach out to me. I would love to be support to anyone who needs it. I hope that through this video you might find hope and love and maybe some answers. I hope that you can find something from this video. If not, once again, it at least has been good for me to get off my chest and to share. I just wanted to say thank you for all the kind words and love, and for all those who supported us through this. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.